Idea what I'm doing with this stuff. Oh, it looks like we're drafting though. All right, so we got Null Priest of Oblivion, so I'm going to be taking that almost no matter what. It's better than anything else. What are we passing though? That's kind of the key because we are team drafting. I don't actually know who I'm passing to. It looks like I'm passing to Chord of Calls. And I'm going to be passing, let's see, what's the best card I'm passing to them? A Royal Eruption. So they're probably going to take that. They could take Thief or Recovery, but they're not going to, right? It's going to be that. Hey, everybody in chat. It's really nice to see you. I should probably tweet. It took me a lot longer to get this thing set up because Twitch changed a little bit and my stream key wasn't around anymore. I hope that auto-picked for me the way I wanted it to. Okay, what do we get past? Anything good? So we have Null Priest of Oblivion, which is good for the Cleric's deck. So if we're thinking of ourselves, we want to be looking for cards that go into the Cleric's deck. As it stands, an uncommon was taken, and we got past kind of a bunch of jank. What's the best card in this pack? Maybe Shepherd of Heroes. Kitesail Cleric's just okay. Protector's just okay. Nimana Skydancer's okay. These are all okay. If that's the case, I'm just going to take this. I could take a red card to try to cut it off from my from Chord of Calls, who I'm passing to. Remember, I passed an Into the Royal, or a Royal Eruption. But I'm just going to take the Shepherd of Heroes here, and we'll just kind of figure out where we're going from here. All right, so what am I looking at here? More nothing. Mind Carvers, pretty bad. Iridescent Hornbeetles, okay. What's the best red card? There's none. So I feel good about the fact that I passed a red card and then have so far not passed any good red stuff. But these packs have been very bad. Lady, hi. There's also nothing for us. So like if I was going to try to shift over to like a selfish pick, then I could take some, a random cleric, but there aren't any of those either. My inclination is to take Cunning Geyser Mage or Iridescent Hornbeetle. There's just nothing here. None of these are powerful cards, so I'll just take the Hornbeetle. Zubars, how are you? Hey, Thomas. Okay, again, the red is the thing I'm looking at as far as what I'm passing to my opponent. Most powerful card in this pack is Relic Vial by a lot. I don't believe that anybody at this table is going to be able to get like a good Cleric's deck out of this thing unless they just get hooked up in some kind of weird way. That being said, we are closest to that right now, and this is just a good card. So I'm going to take it here so that nobody else gets it. Otherwise, I could take Shepherd of Heroes. But again, these packs have just been stinky. These are, they don't make non-playable cards very much these days. But, as it goes, these are pretty bad. So I'll just take the Relic Vial. Hey, Pop-Tart. I've been okay. Who's to my right? It looks like MisterMetronome's passing to me. Wow. Okay. I don't know how I got a Nahiri's Binding out of a pack with this stuff in it, but I'm certainly going to take it. Cards that also catch my eye. Gnarlid Colony's really solid. Field Research is pretty good. The Wizards deck seems open, but it's not the good stuff. It's just stuff. but I'm going to slam this Nahiri's Binding. So, yeah, me too, lady. I've been waiting for it too. Oh, I got a ton of them, Thomas, coming up for the channel. I've even been thinking about streaming a little bit of the watch stuff, but every time I do, I'm like, I need to make this into a video for the YouTube channel. So no, I haven't been doing that, but yeah. Okay, here's Blood Beckoning for my deck. What's the best card in the pack? Probably Blood Beckoning. Spring Mantle Cleric's okay also. But I'm fine just taking a Blood Beckoning and seeing where I go. I mean, I have the pieces here for at least the shell of a Cleric's deck, but... chat on the bottom. Oh, sorry. Thanks, Lubars. I should have it on the bottom, shouldn't I? I will fix this. Oops. Okay. How about like that? Thanks, us bars. Okay, what do we have here? So a whole bunch of nothing. Again, these packs just not particularly strong this time around, so it goes. I feel like I want to take a green card, but I could take either of these red and white cards just to try to make my deck a little more playable. There's a ton of Living Tempests around. We're going to have to be very aware of those. I might just take Skyclave Squid or Deliberate or even this Ascetic here. Like, there's a chance we end up in green. And Ascetic's playable. I don't like Nectar Pot very much, but I do like the Squid. Hey, Fro. Yeah, they battered me into it. But I don't mind. Okay, so this pack, I'm just going to take Angel Heart Protector because I think it's roughly on par with Dauntless Survivor. That being said, and because it's better for my deck, potentially. That said, Dauntless Survivor is like pretty decent, and it's not a bad card to pick up here. I could also take Kite Sail Cleric, but I actually just think Angel Heart Protector is a better card. All this other stuff is basically jank, so I'll just take the Angel Heart. I think I'm going to take Spell Shield out of this pack. I just think it's the best card. That's it. That's my logic. Okay. Sure, these are all just jank. I don't think it really matters what I take here. I'll just take a card that can go in my deck, I guess. So here's our deck so far, but of course, these decks are going to look really bad. Like if you're doing it right, at least. And so far, this one does. We did get a couple of kind of curious picks, though, so I'll take those. I'm just going to take Field Research. I'm probably supposed to take some card that can go in my deck, but we've got kind of two decks going here. This is Team Draft, yeah. So you can see it's every other player. I'm passing to Corticals. Corticals passing to Luis, then Tupperware, then Baekstrom, then Metronome, and back to me. All right, I'll take a Smite. Which is fine. We'll know if that's going to be a thing or not. Another Living Tempest. This one's going to be last picked, but there was 3 or 4 of them in the draft, so that's just something to keep in mind because we are playing against each of the players, like in a true team draft, where I'm going to play each player like in kind of a I think it's round robin or whatever it's called. All right, Archpriest of Iona, not such a huge fan of it and not really scared of it either, so I don't think that I'm forced to take it here or anything like that. There's a Royal Eruption. in this pack. The card for me would be Malakir Blood Priest, but I don't want to pass a Royal Eruption. I don't think. I don't know how close these type of picks end up being. But I don't have enough experience at team draft to know that like it's okay to pass like the best common over like a card that's good in my deck. But I'm just not going to take the chance. I'm just going to take the Royal Eruption here. Yeah, into the Royal Eruption. I mentioned this on the podcast. That's funny. Would Relic Vial be worth taking in non-Clerics deck? Probably. I mean, you don't want the Clerics player to have it for starters. And on top of that, you can play it. I mean, look, it's not a good card, but a card that says like two tap sack a creature, draw a card is not. I mean, they end up aiming removal at your stuff. They end up, you can chump block and draw a card. Like it actually does do things. It's just it excels in Clerics. Okay, wow, we got a Cleric of Life's Bond here, and I think I'm going to take it. I also don't think that I'm giving up much to do so. I'm not such a huge fan of the Jerboa. I think it's okay. I like a Stomper, but like there's not a whole heck of a lot else going on. So I get to get lucky here and take the best card in the pack, but it's also a card that I want. So rather than like this Royal Eruption that I ended up with here. So that's lucky. Yeah, PJ, I am. I do think that I put Chord into Wizards most likely, but I'm happy because if they are in Wizards, it's not. I didn't pass them any good Wizards cards. I just passed them cards that say Wizard on them, which is it matters. But okay, so this is the whole pack. All right, so there's a Zoff Consumption, a Ghastly Gloom Hunter for us. Best card in the pack. Probably Zoff Consumption or Gloom Hunter or something. Maybe it's this. I don't know. The Iridescent Hornbeetle's just okay. I'm not crying about passing that card or anything. So I think I'm going to take either the Gloom Hunter or the Consumption. I don't know which one to take. Normally, I would just take Consumption because you're so likely to get enough playables in this format that having these land spells is just super, super powerful. Here, I mean, look at our deck. We're already like, we've got 11 cards. We'll probably make playables all right. So I'm just going to take it. But, like, I don't know. This is the only team draft I'll probably ever do in the format. And I'm not sure if you lower the bar on how many playables you're kind of guaranteed to get, if you can spend picks on these or if you just need to fill out slots that are like creatures or whatever. All right, Conundrum doesn't matter. I don't care about Brushfire Elemental. Yeah, again, another pack that's not exciting and that I can just take a card that I want. I also think it's the best card in the pack. Feed the Swarm is hard removal. Yeah, in most decks you don't want to run 20 of them, but the first one is definitely in basically any black deck. The second one I think you can argue for. The third is when they start dropping off. But even then, like we're Clerics, we could probably get away with 3 of them. I would definitely play this Adept or this Prowling Felidar in this deck. Interesting that we see a lot of Wizard stuff coming through too. But I like Feed the Swarm a lot, and I'm going to take it here. So our deck looks fine. It's hard to splash if you're not in green in this format. There's really no colorless fixing. There's no evolving wilds. There's no artifact outside of that rare that just makes any color of mana. So it can be kind of tough to fit cards like that in. Wow, another Relic Vial? Sure. There's also a Rabid Bite. I mean, I think I'm safe to take this here, but there's a Rabid Bite that is strong. Vastwood Fortification's okay as well. Yeah, that'd be fun, Happy. Maybe we could do that. I don't know. Sorry if I picked a little soon there and you didn't get to see what else was in the pack. But I'm trying to like balance out not punting by passing really good stuff to my opponents, but also just like not getting too cute, and Like I just don't want to make it easy. Like I don't want to pass any bombs. And then if I see like premium stuff, I'm leaning towards taking it and just saying, okay, I'll just scrap a pick here and make sure that my opponent doesn't get this, and then we'll see how it goes type of deal. All right, only one black card in the pack. There's also a Cinderclasm, which is good and pretty good against us. I am still black-white, right? Yeah, it does seem to be the case. How many creatures do I have right now? 2 or something? I have 5. So I do need to make sure I pick up creatures of some sort or go for some terrible 3-color deck. This doesn't really have the pick. Are you guys seeing the stupid Travis Scott hamburger ad? Oh no. I'm sorry. I didn't hit a button or anything. All right, so this is not the Archpriest of Iona that we opened, but this table understands that this card isn't amazing by any stretch of the imagination. Probably just a 2/2 for 2. Yes, he does, Timos. Yes, he does. I think I'm just going to take the Outrider. Playables in this pack are like these two, and maybe this Archpriest, but I'm just going to take Kabira Outrider here. If I open Shatter Skull Smashing, which one is that? Is that the red mythic? I would snap it off. I'm not passing it. All right, Canyon Jerboa. This is our 8th pick, so this is still like a clean pick. I'll take it. Again, I'm not actually a huge fan of the card. I don't think it's great or anything, but there's really not much here. These packs have been very weak overall. It is cute. It does have that going for it. Oh, only 6 people, right? So that's the one that I opened, and that was actually the rare that I opened too. Thanks, PJ. Yeah, I would take the red mythic, the whatever it's called. Yeah, so these white cards are coming back. I guess that matters a little bit. All right, and the Gloom Hunter came back too. So it seems that this table doesn't. Like somebody else is in white and black somewhere, but also there's just not been that much opened up. But there hasn't really been. I mean, everybody's taking all the good cards because these are good drafters. So as you might expect, we're really not seeing that much, you know. Hey, thanks for the sub. Oh, I love it. That's why I said I basically opened up this stream just for Pharmacist Judge. All right, and we got the Farsight Adept too. It looks like nobody wants the Brushfire Elemental, but I'm not going to take it. If nobody wanted it the first time around and they were risking wheeling it, well, they got it. Congratulations. But I'm taking a decent creature. The Farsight Adept is a wizard, so it doesn't really do a whole lot for the cleric side of things, but it's a solid creature. I like it. I have the uncommon better than the rare. I'd rather have this than Ohara or whatever it's called. I'll just take this kind of bad removal spell. Hey, Hogan. Hey, Carrie. Thank you. Dakarai's here too? That's awesome. All right, Expedition Diviner. Maybe I should be paying these blue cards. Yeah, I love it, Dakarai. Oh, that is so great. Founder. Maybe I could just draft some base camps and play all these other cards. This is the dual land? Okay. Let's see. So what's in this pack? Oh, a Deadly Alliance. And I think it's the best card here, too. Other good cards, Into the Royal. I like Plunder. Ruin Crab can do things, but I don't really care about it that much. Although, in this format, it might actually be better because everybody's taking all the removal for themselves. If one team ends up with a good amount of it, that Crab could actually just go the distance. But I'm going to take Deadly Alliance here. Yeah, they must not be in Wizards. That's my conclusion. But I'm passing good blue cards here. Into the Royal Plunder, Ruin Crab are all like real Magic cards that people are going to want to play. So if Court of Calls is in blue something, blue red, or blue something else, then they're going to get hooked up here, but stuff's going to get through also. And I assume that people are pretty much in their colors at this point. So we're probably not looking at a situation where, where we're like screwing people over or whatever. Lady, please. Lady, please. Okay. So first off, are there any really good cards in this pack? And the answer is no. The good news is that we opened tons of stuff for our deck and we're going to wheel something. So my inclination here is to take this Core Celebrant because it's such a key part of this equation. And then we can wheel this Skyclave Cleric or this Marauding Blight Priest or this Feed the Swarm. I would play any of those. Demon's Disciple, Expedition Healer you can put in your deck too. So we're definitely going to get something. But I think I'm going to go with the Celebrant here just because it can be such a key. Now, as it stands, we're really not doing that much. But if this deck does come together in any real way, like if we wheel the Blight Priest and we actually get some synergies. Whoa! Hey, thanks, Hogan. That was nice of you. Yeah, this has actually ended up being really good. And the cool part is that like the next best card that's not in our colors is like this Springmantle Cleric or maybe a Cunning Geyser Mage or something. So we're not even passing that much good stuff. So it actually works out really well for us. All right, here's another Nahiri's Binding, which I will take here. And then I hope to wheel Blood Beckoning #2 or Malakir Rebirth. Or even a Tazim Raptor. In any of these cards, I would play this, or this. So this is another good pack for us, and it's the only thing that we have to give up here is that we're passing a Sure-Footed Infiltrator, which is a solid card, a pretty good card. Not amazing, but pretty good. But we're taking easily the best card out of the pack, and it goes right in our deck. So we're gotten really lucky in this third pack. We've gotten two really stacked packs where we're definitely getting two kind of much needed and playable cards out of it. Number of creatures right now, I'm curious. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if we play the Mucklord. 9, 10. Yeah, so we're getting there. This is not adding to our creature count, but we need to get up to 12, 13, 14 to make this work, especially if we're going to play the Blood Beckonings. Okay, we got a Marauding Blight Priest here. We would have to pass Kaza, but I'll tell you what, even though it's rare gold card and it looks really sweet, it's not that good of a card. It's fine. You put it in your deck if you're Wizards, but it's not like the person who gets it if they're Wizards is going, I did it. Like here's the thing. Even if Court of Calls is in Wizards, I'm still fine passing this Kaza to them and taking the Blight Priest. Now, if this was the uncommon, I would feel a lot worse about it, and I may feel like I needed to snipe it if I felt strongly that Court of Calls was in Wizards. I don't feel that way. We've got some evidence that that's not the case, but Kaza, not so great. That's awesome, Hogan. That was really nice of you. So we're going to take that and see what we get here. Okay, so for our deck, we could get another Ghastly Gloom Hunter or even take a Practice Tactics or a Drana's Silencer. Best card in the pack is right here, Tangled Florahedron for sure. There's also a Goma Fada Vanguard, which is quite good too. I think I can still just take a card for my deck. Like I can take another Gloom Hunter or a Drana's Silencer. Like, yeah, I'm going to be passing some decent stuff. But I don't think that these are the type of cards, again, that I need to then I'm going to have to tell, Luis and BK, hey, I passed this. And they're going to go, what? What were you doing? I don't think that those are the type of cards that that's true for. So the question becomes, which one would I like? And I don't have any 6-drops right now, but this is both a 2 and a 6-drop, and I really like it in the deck. So I'm just going to take the Gloom Hunter here. Yeah, Andy Rue, I get it. I get it. Okay, so nothing for me outside of a Blood Price or perhaps a Seagate Banneret, which I don't like. What would I be passing that's good? Maybe a Jwari Disruption, a second Kaza. Again, none of these cards are consequential, so I'm just going to take a blood price here. A card I don't normally play, I much prefer Blood Beckoning, and if we get the second one, I'll cut it. But as the deck stands, we probably need to play cards like this. Thanks, DVD. Which dual land is that? That's the black-white one? I still feel like I should probably just take this Kabira Outrider over it. I might get it back. Like, people just don't care about those. The only, like, slightly uncomfortable thing is I do actually like Skyclave Plunder a fair bit, and I do find that when you have a worse deck, oftentimes it just comes down to raw resources because everybody kind of hogs the bombs and people don't, like, you could easily, each player could have a bomb that they can't even play. All right, well, we got this Marauding Blight Priest back, so I'm in for that. I think I might wheel that land. I don't put a high value on those duels. I put a really high value on the spell lands, but... Has there been an LR episode with Ryan since he's been at Wizards? Oh yeah, we've probably done 5 or 10 since he left Wizards. I try to have him on at least once per set cycle. I love having Ryan on the show. Make sure that you are watching his stream too. He's going optimal. All right, so the Blood Beckoning did come back. Nothing else did out of the pack, but that's fine. That is what I wanted to see. So these are super important because we're trying to relic vial people out, right? And so if we're relic vialing for value, then we need to be able to get the cards back and do it all again. Which watch do I have on today? Oh, I've got my brand new one. It's not really brand new, but it's a GMT Batman. I received a level 3 hype train emote. I don't actually know what that means. Yeah, maybe I haven't been streaming quite often enough. I've heard that they did something. I have literally no idea what that is. Oh, PJ, what's a hype train emote? Oh, cool. We got a trophy thing now. I'm just going to take this Mesa Lynx in case we need a playable. And then I don't think any of these other cards matter anymore, so I can just take whatever's left. So I'm going to have to get on Discord here. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do the sound. You might not be able to hear Luis and BK. I will try to make it so you can, but there's a really good chance that you won't be able to. And I apologize for that. Hopefully our audio would be on one of their streams. Like if Luis is streaming, which he is streaming. Yeah, so nobody wants Kaza. I guess I want somebody to play it in their deck ultimately. But if you have to hop over to listen to us talk on a different stream, I will understand. Because I barely got this thing set up in time. I just fired it up. See everybody? Look how smart I am. And then I realized that I hadn't streamed in so long that my stream key changed for Twitch. And I'm like, cool, I know where to find that. So I went to go get it, and that changed too. I'm like, okay, well, this has been a little too long, I guess. No, I won't be shutting down the stream or anything, Thomas. So don't be like that. All right, let me figure out what happens now. Okay, looks like he did. Yo. Anybody there? All right,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Just give me one sec, Luis. Actually, this might actually work better because my chat, I have you over my speakers, which isn't what I want, but my chat actually might be able to hear you that way.
Yeah, you can also just use desktop source if you want for your stream.
Yeah, that doesn't work on Mac
Okay.
the same way. But.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Beacon, did you drop the playable deck?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm blue-black, and I think I'm passing to like green X. I don't even really know what the other color is.
Yeah, I'm in between. You know, Corticals is in between you and me, Luis, and I felt like I was passing blue-red a lot to Corticals.
Yeah. Well, he passed 2 of the late blue-red wizards, the 1/2 flying haste.
Yeah, that thing's not very good though.
He's not. I don't think he's blue. I'm blue-black rogues with the Nut Rogue deck, and I also drafted 3 rares, so it's going to be pretty easy.
Okay, did you get the flyer, the 1/3 flyers?
The 1/3 flyer?
Or whatever it is, the uncommon.
Yes. I got that 3rd pick.
Okay, so that made it to you.
Did you see a 3rd pick?
That means he took Royal Eruption then.
Okay.
I think I saw a 3rd pick of the Wrath in Pack 1. Was that your rare, Luis? Or am I missing?
No, that was Protocol's rare.
Oh, okay. I can't remember the
No, I took all my rares. I don't like passing rares in team draft, so I just opened Blue Inscription and the 017 and the 2 mana 3/1 that never dies. So this is
I have a green deck with 2 of the 3-drop ooze.
oh nice. I thought green was super open.
Yes.
So who's white? Is Lord Tupperware white?
No, I am.
No, you were white. So we have all the open colors. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it did feel that way, especially by the 3rd pack. I got late. I got 2 late Nahiri's bindings and stuff. I was like, what are these doing in here? So
Red was really open in Pack 1 going through me, but all the red cards seemed bad.
Here's chip a screenshot of your guys' decks into the Discord call.
okay, and then should we be exporting these into Arena now for the build?
I'm building an arena right now.
Yeah, that probably is the best. God, I have to burn a bunch of wild cards. I think that there is a chance Alex is blue, by the way, but I still got all the cards I want.
Yeah, I don't think he is because I saw a lot. I was thinking that no Wizards card would be coming in Pack 2, and a bunch of them came through, like a bunch. So I think he's read something.
Okay, I'm glad I hated the Cinderclasm then, I guess. I hated a really late Cinderclasm from him.
Oh, that's really good then, yeah.
Where's Marshall at? Let's take a look at what Marshall has here.
Yeah, I Pack 1 picked one, the 2-drop bomb rare, the Null Priest of Oblivion.
Oh yeah, that card's great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this deck looks very good. Double Relic Vial, double Blood Beckoning.
Yeah, I don't have that many. My creatures are pretty mediocre, but...
Yeah. How many Felidar Retreats did you see?
I took all the ones that I saw. How about that? So what do? I do, how do I export?
Export deck to MTGA.
Where is...
on the top left. Okay, let me...
There it is. Dunk. I can actually still dunk. Or at least the last time I played basketball. Which is a long time ago now because of the pandemic. Probably the thing I missed the most. All right, let's play against Tuppy and see if we can't pick up a win here. But I'm getting old now, so I won't be able to. You think I should be Ugin? Oh, I can friend him doing that. Okay. I'm still gonna play first here. My deck's pretty slow. Yeah, this looks fine. A fine opener. We both are. That's actually true, Captain. That did happen. It's been stricken from all, like, official records, but it is true. Looks like Tups is on a mull here. Lady, I like watching you play Among Us because everybody always believes you. I always laugh. They're like, well, she wouldn't lie. And then the screen comes up and you're just like laughing. All right, so first big decision. Do we fire off Feed the Swarm on the Florahedron? And I think I'm not going to. I think I'm just going to go for the Celebrant here. We can fire this off on whatever they cast with it. The time when it's tempting to use this is if they don't have any more land drops to hit. That doesn't seem to be the case here. So Relic Vial or the Outrider. I'm just going to get this Outrider down. I can actually get an attack in here too, can I? I'll send in. I got a 3/3 back to block, and boy, am I looking to trade. I mean, Relic Vial will help facilitate that type of thing, but hey, if there's removal to kill this stuff, I am all for it. All right, this is a good draw as well. I'm going to play it first, and then I'm going to attack with the Kabira Outrider. I'm just going to pass here. Broken Wings. Main deck Broken Wings, not bad. I'm deciding if I should sack the Outrider here, and I think I actually should. And my reasoning is I have 2 Blood Beckoning and nothing else going on in hand, so if I really feel like I need the Outrider, I can get it back. Hey, Kenji. Yeah, normally I would feel happy about that too, but the situation's a little weird here because it's team draft, so, you know, people kind of do what they got to do in that situation. Opponent's deck looks like a train wreck, but in the best way that you can, because it's a train wreck that has access to green fixing, and that means that you can actually play 3 colors at least some percentage of the time. You're also less likely to face a focused aggressive deck. So that I'll actually have to kill with the Feed the Swarm here if I can't line up some type of good double block. We'll see what we draw here. A Ghastly Gloom Hunter. Well, I'm just going to do a little Can I Kick It. This is a type of card that demands removal for the most part. Our life total is high enough to take a hit from the Felidar. It looks like there's a fight. Yeah, okay. And again, this isn't bad for us. I mean, now we're just going to start churning through with Blood Beckonings. You know, we do need to find like one additional piece of removal for these Felidars, but otherwise we're pretty good to go here. But I do need to make sure I get good value off of these by getting 2 cards each time if possible. I think there's a good argument for just killing this Prowling Felidar here. Opponent's out of land drops to hit, but if they hit one, this is going to start slamming, and it is something that we do need to kill at some point here. I also could just try to go on the grind plan. Next turn, I'm going to play the Gloom Hunter, but then I could play Kabira Outrider and just go for double blocks on these things and try to just lean on Blood Beckoning and keep Feed the Swarm for if they have like a true bomb that we just can't answer, you know, some big flyer or something. I'll just sit here. Yeah, that is the one thing, is that I would like to use up my mana here because I'm going to be spending so much of it. But if I draw a land, I can even still kick Gloom Hunter and cast Feed here. So it's not like I can at least Kabira Outrider plus Feed if I want, for example. If they have Felidar Retreat, then I would like to have this. Yeah. All right. So now we know everything, and we'll definitely Feed the Swarm the Felidar. I'm just not going to block here. Let's see what we draw. All right, Deadly Alliance, and it costs 3. That's nice as well. So if they play a land, this gets bigger, and these two get bigger, but then they still don't have really good attacks with this, this, or this. So it would be a pretty good attack from them. Like they'd be able to slam with this, this, and this. If we didn't block, it'd be 5, 8, 11. But also I could just cast Ghastly Gloomhunter and just get going. Hey, Rusty. And then the next turn is like really brutal. Or this turn I could go with Kabira Outrider and like feed the Swarm this, and then just really not have to worry about attacks much. I think I'd rather just get this going. We have 24 life. I can Kabira Outrider next turn, or maybe make that 25 life. I can Kabira Outrider next turn and even do it to the Gloomhunter to gain back some of the life. And this is all assuming that they find a land here as well. What was it, just a land? Okay. So they do have... Oh, they're just going to only attack with the Felidar. Well, I'll go back down to 20 here and not worry about it. Farsight Adept, I don't think I want to cast that here. I don't want to feed my opponent's hand. I mean, we have a better situation than they do at the moment. So I'll pump this up by a couple. And I'm going to start jamming with this. I could play Farsight Adept. It makes it very likely that they hit another land drop here. We're going to have to remove some number of these. Probably these two will probably have to go. I'm just going to wait, though. I have a situation where I can throw a double block that's pretty good here. And leave up Deadly Alliance in case there's some type of nonsense. Yeah, see, there's no attack here at all for my opponent. All right, and another one of these. That's perfect. Yeah, there's some scary cards here, no doubt about it. The land that gives everything +2/+2 would be really scary. I'd probably just win them the game. I don't know. We are at 30 now. But I think that they're going to get aggressive now. But still, these attacks kind of stink. Like, this isn't really what they want to be doing. Like, I can soak up this, and I can trade off for one of these and only take 10. I mean, they have to. They're just going to lose in the air in 2 turns, but... Can I just win here? 3/6. This is Warrior, Cleric. This doesn't count. This does. So if I go Blood Beckoning for this Kabira, play the Farsight Adept, that's 1, 2, 3. I'm a mana short. 4, 1. Yeah, I need one more mana. This gives me a Wizard, which would give this +3, and I would win the game. But I cannot do that with the mana that I have. So I'm going to attack with these two, and then I feel like I want to use up removal here. To get rid of this for sure. And then I think I can just play this Lynx and leave up Deadly Alliance, and I should be fine. If they play a creature here, they'll gain 2 life, go to 5, and we still have lethal. And I have Deadly Alliance in case there's like a Rabid Bite or something along those lines. You know, being instant speed, of course, being really important there. All right. I want Smite the Monstrous out of the sideboard because we're actually going to have good targets for it. I don't think I want Practice Tactics or even Pressure Point. I don't think I want Blood Price. I don't think I want Mucklord. Oblivion's Hunger can... it can trade for a fight spell. We saw one. We saw the instant speed fight spell. But it doesn't trade for... I mean, it doesn't trade for, like, if they have their own, whatever Nahiri's binding or something. It also doesn't really get stuff off the board. It's also just not that great. Hey, Jamie. Nice to see you. I think I'm just going to bring in Smite, and then what am I going to cut? What is mediocre against this deck? Subtle Strike? No, Subtle Strike kills the Florahedron. Kind of rough. We have 2 Nahiri's bindings and 2 Relic Vials, and our opponent's main decking Broken Wings. it's a little rough. But yeah. Maybe I'll cut Canyon Jerboa. It's not a card I'm particularly fond of anyway. Oh, Mesa Lynx won us the game. Is that what it was? All right, that'll be the only change I make. Hey, Express. Can't tell me otherwise. I get it. I hear you. We're on the draw. This is a fine opener. It even has our commons combo. Quite strong against a deck like this, too, which didn't seem to have a ton of removal. It can run us over, but we've also got a removal spell here. So I think this matchup's actually quite good for us, sort of fundamentally. They're lighter on removal than some decks are, and we can kill them without attacking because they can clearly put out a bigger board than we can. That's why trading off for this card is like extremely important for this archetype, because there are times when you don't have removal for your opponent's creature, and when they have landfall creatures, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that can be a real issue for decks like this because our creatures aren't actually that big. But if we can triple block and maybe trade off a creature or two for one of their big creatures and get that window, then all of a sudden the door opens up for us to do, to be able to set up our stupid little combos. There's a Scythe Cat. And I think that I'm just going to, I don't think I'm going to actually want to trade off for that. Maybe I will. I do have a Blood Beckoning already. Yeah, I'll play out the Marauding Blight Priest here. The thing is, it takes 2 more lands before this, where this thing can still trade off, and then the 3rd land is when it can't. Reclaim with no kicker? Okay. Boy, I'm a little surprised to see that. And I'm just going to block here. Again, I want to leverage Blood Beckoning. Yeah, if their best play is to Zeem Raptor, I'm just going to run out the Outrider here and get to jamming. Okay, getting a little more uncomfortable now. Binding's nice though. I think I'm still not that one. I think I'm still just going to run this out and get in for 4. And then I'll probably binding this and jam. Okay, this into a land is nice. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I take 5 here, and now I have to completely switch gears, which is fine. All right, Feed the Swarm, but I don't have enough to do all the things I want to do. I can't play 2 spells this turn. I mean, I technically could, but I'm going to get full value on this. So I'm going to leave these back to double block. That's fine. And if that's the case, maybe I just leave up Deadly Alliance here. I've got my GMT on today. So safe assumption that everything's going to come in the red zone. I'm going to double block a Felidar, and then I'll Deadly Alliance the other Felidar and kind of hope that that all works out. Because this is significant pressure here. Uh-oh. Looks like a fight spell here. Oh. Wow, that's pretty good. How tall is my watch? No, I don't think I know how to fix an Apple Watch. So this has me taking 8. So I can either kill the one Prowling Felidar that's getting in here and save my 2 Kabira Outriders, or I can kill this one and take way less damage, but it's like basically a double chump. I take 8, I go to 4. If I draw a land, I can go Core Celebrant and Feed the Swarm this. That puts me to 5. And then I would have just enough to block on this. This is rough. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I don't know how important my life total is. I can't cast Nahiri's Binding unless I draw planes. If I do, then I'm really good to go. And then I'd rather have the board state here. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to get a little. I don't know if it's greedy or not, but I'm gonna try to maintain my board so that I'll have something to block this one with next turn, and I can actually, especially if I draw a land here, then I can cast Feed the Swarm plus Celebrant, or if it's a plains, I can draw this. Okay. So let's cast this. So I'm up to 5, and I'm going to go into dead zone here, but it's really pretty much the same. Like if they hit and they have a Royal Eruption, they can kill me either way. So your move. Stomper for Sanctuary. Get back, I guess, just a creature. Okay. That is not a land. This has trample. Yeah, we're in pretty bad shape here. This is get something back, right? Probably just going to get back the Raptor, I assume. Well, my inclination here is to cast this Angel Heart Protector and cast Blood Beckoning and just get back a creature. Because if I fire off the full Blood Beckoning, I'm leaving myself dead, so I can't do that. So I'll just do this. Sure. I got the Marauding Blight Priest because it's 1 mana cheaper, where if I draw planes, I can Binding plus play Blight Priest, where I wouldn't be able to play the Outrider as well, even though the Outrider is a little better on the board. So if everything's exactly the same as it is now, I can chump block here and throw both of these on here and take no damage and get rid of the Stomper. As it stands, though, I think that if I'm Ethan here, I do exactly what Ethan's done, which is do this and then just buy back the Stomper, probably. What is this? Is this the duel, or is this an actual thing? It's just a duel, okay. Although not being able to cast it right away certainly matters. Maybe I would probably just get back the flyer then, the Raptor. All right, well, we drew the plains, which means we do get to survive. Barely. And then we chump block here, and we have to get super lucky. Oh, they had the broken wings anyway. All right. GG. That was a good draw with the Felidars. All right, so I still have the Smite the Monstrous in out of the board. I still like it. Still don't think I want Practice Tactics. It's now that I see that they have a Raptor, it's like a little bit better, but it's like it's not like I'm cutting some horrendous card out of my deck for it. Oh, and by the way, why don't you show up sometime there? All right. How did it go for you, Luis? Oh, I like that personal spoon. That that would have been very good. Yeah, I wish. I want to watch it, Efro, but a challenge awaited. All right, this seems fine. Not particularly good, but fine. Probably just going to run out the Gloom Hunter here. Definitely now. If I draw my uncommon, then this is like super good setup. Even just the stupid 3-2, this is a nice little, just chipping away for quite a bit of damage. So should I run this one out or wait? I think I'm going to run this one out too. A little bit aggro. But we got a lot to do in between and really nothing going on right now. Okay. Ambush a bat. I'm just going to keep curving out here. Not sure that I actually want to make this trade. I don't have any of my Blood Beckonings or Blood Call or whatever it's called right now. Sure, I will do this though. Bingo. All right, I can't do everything. I could just get the Outrider, but that's too aggressive. I wanna do it all here. Basically, we're just going to try to race in the air, leveraging the extremely high life total that we have. I'm just going to bite the bullet and kill the Stomper here. This sets us up for a potential Nahiri's Binding win, depending on how things go down here. Looks like we're going to get fought here. No. Yes, recovery for ambush, and then ambush the shepherd. Okay. So we don't quite win, but we're close. And I think I just run out this Gloom Hunter. I can't quite kick it here, but it's lethal. So now I have 3 lethal threats and no blockers. All right, we did it. Very nice. And that's the thing where, like, you can have people, like, make a little video for you for $20 or whatever. I'll play. Hey, look who's here. Our good cards. Oh, wow, weird. Wow. Yeah, it sounds really corny, but then I think it's actually kind of cool too. Like what's, you know what I mean? Like, what's bad about that? It just sounds cool. This is a very real hand, by the way. This could easily just die, and then we kind of switch to a longer game approach. But if it doesn't, it's going to start slamming pretty good. All right, Royal Eruption straight away. It's kind of a must in that case. I'll actually choose to run this one out. Hand's pretty good. The Brute. So this is a game where we're going to be leaning on recursion from the yard probably. We've already got a beautiful little graveyard for it. We don't have it yet, of course. We need to find it. Fisher Wizard, sure. Yeah, these draws not great. It's a lot of lands. Our deck's pretty good at spending its mana, so it's not the end of the world. But of course, you know, flood is flood, and we know how that goes. Sure. I'm just going to keep developing here. Getting the relic file down is nice, but it doesn't do a whole lot. At this point, I mean, my creatures aren't really that worth killing anyway. We can cast it and activate it next turn if we need to anyway. I think it's going to be quite strong against MisterMetronome, though. You know, based on these colors, we could be seeing a fair bit of removal here. Splashing for something. Cleric is a 5/6? Well, that's pretty good. It's just a 5/6, right? Oh, definitely genius, King Jimmy. You're doing it. Yeah, I'm supposed to be watching the NBA Finals right now, but, you know, a challenge awaited, so it'll have to wait as well. I'm trying to decide if I should be double blocking here or not. I mean, this thing's a problem. I think I'm not. I think I'm going to start blocking and sacking and just using my relic vial. Because I could double block and then just have absolutely nothing going on. The relic file doesn't do anything, and I really need to find some action. I've flooded out a little bit since our good opening hand and since Metronome had the answer for this. So I think I'm okay with just starting to kind of churn through these. Awesome. Yeah, I'm obviously rooting for the GOAT. I'm just going to take this. We'll see what Metronome does. A Brushfire Elemental. Okay, I'm just going to draw a card here, or I'm just going to take my turn. Like, these are both good blockers for the Elemental just on a straight trade. I'm a little surprised this Cleric didn't come in. This is a Sentinel with no counters. All right, I assume that will be picking up a counter at some point. Wow. This is a weird turn. Like, this makes me very scared. Post-combat Brushfire Elemental into land, and this land also turns this into a 3/4 flyer that can attack? Like, what is going on here? All right, well, I'm sorry, Lady Atarka, but Canyon Jerboa is going to go right into the old relic vial. This is some very strange stuff that's going. I think that something very bad is going to happen this turn. Like, Metronome wanted to have this land on the battlefield. The second main playing it after playing a Brushfire is just bizarre, though. And then no land this time. I don't get it. But whatever. I'm just going to throw the mouse under the bus here. It's sacrificing itself for the team, correct. Yikes. Mouse is in the press conference like it's all about the team. All right, there's a Stomper. So we're going to need to find some removal quite quickly here. So this helps explain a little bit about the Vastwood Thicket play, right? Honestly, it could be worse than this, but this is pretty bad. I mean, we are way, way, way behind now. Shepherd's pretty decent, though. This actually helps. We'll gain a couple of life here. And pass. But this is a problem. Like, trample's a big issue. Because we can't just chump and keep sacking to the vial and kind of get through our deck this way. We're going to start taking big hits from this Stomper. And we have double blocks, but they're all kind of messy. I expect a very big attack here. This card also screws up potential double blocks. I'm curious if Metronome just wants to fire it off on the Sentinel to get it rumbling. I think I would be tempted to do so. I don't know. Maybe it's not worth it with the Shepherd and just assuming I can just block with it and then just lean on these other creatures. But I'm worried. If I'm him, I'm thinking I want to start slamming the door here. I mean, I have a relic file and some of these things going on. Like, I've got some stuff. This is Zendikar. All right. Just 22 power on the board. Not bad. Hey, Jojo. How are you? I remember when I used to meet people at events. That was cool. Yeah, so there's just no good spot here. So this thing really is kind of messing everything up. I could go for a double block just to get rid of the Stomper, but then I don't get rid of the Stomper anymore because... Or no, I do. Oh, sorry, I do. It actually does work. Okay. but my blocks with the Shepherd of Heroes were supposed to be here, and now I have to put 2 creatures on it, which I think is what I'm going to do, and take 10. Take 11, 15 damage. Yeah, this is super rough. Okay, well, let's do this. And then I'll just sacrifice this, and we'll have to... I don't really see a lot of ways out outside of drawing. I don't even know what at this point. I guess the lifelinker would be decent. So I could pass here, but I think it's not worth it too. So I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice this thing. And then they can fire this off to do whatever they want. Although it looks like they've decided just to kill the Blight Priest. All right. You'd think this would be better, but maybe I'm wrong about that. All right, there's a binding. So there's step 1. We definitely need to see getting some creatures back from the yard at some point here as well. But I can binding the Stomper. And if we draw a spell, okay, Feed the Swarm's not the best of all time, but it'll work. This is what, 5? Is this 0? Can I kill this? Yeah, it's 0. Decent. Is it better to do this? No, it's better just to save the life. I feel like I should attack here. Is this? No, this is still a thing, so I can't. Because if I attack, then I take minimum 5 on the crackback. They go down to 8. And I'd really be taking 10 on the crackback. So, nope. I'll just have to stay home. That was a good turn for us. I mean, we got at least a little bit of forward movement here, but boy, we're going to need another really good turn. Or we're in huge trubs. Yeah, the land back I don't think matters. Like there's no land falling happening. So I just got to take one on the chin here and hope that the follow-up isn't nasty. Okay. Spell, 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 spell. Good spell. Whew. That counts. I'm going to main phase this. I wonder if I should just start attacking. I bet you I should have just attacked there. Like I take 3 on the cracks, but I have so many like really great draws. I don't know. It's probably close. I didn't consider it enough though either way. So this is where we're supposed to start getting ahead, right? Yeah, they just put the counter on here and 5 us. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a good attack. All right, so I get planes, and I need to find spells. I mean, that's it. This is where the getting the blood thing back would be huge. That's GG. Close, close. Didn't need much there. Lots of good draws for us. So I think that given the way that this game played out, I'm pretty happy that we were able to put ourselves in like a position to perhaps win, but it was not to be. I want the Smite again. Stomper and the 5/6 and stuff. Yeah, seems good. What did I cut before? The cat? Do that again. Yeah, we just flooded. But we were in a position there where if we would have found like even just a cleric, we play it and we can block the 2/1, go to 1, but then sack it and like keep, we're drawing 2 cards a turn at that point. If we fire off one of these Blood Beckonings, I had like 10 or 11 lands on the battlefield. Like I could get back 2 things, cast them both, gain a bunch of life. Like it can turn around quickly from there. We also had like another binding we could draw. There were definitely outs. All right, let's try again. This time with a better balance of lands and spells. Yeah, I definitely missed that part, 11s. Oh, man. I should have practiced. This is fine. Not a great opener, but it's fine. You can certainly see that it has a plan. And we can blank some big threat at some point as well. Because that game really came down to that Kazandu Stomper. Like that was the issue, right? The Stomper was a big problem for us. That demanded kind of a lot. All right, we'll just Blight Priest and then either play the Outrider or the Jerboa, depending on if we draw a land or not. Yeah, you're right, PJ. I'll probably, if we make it to game 3, I'll probably swap out 1 for 1 there. All right, so this is going to give +2/+2. So that's actually totally sweet here. It's a big hit. Outrider's like a bread and butter, sea level, whatever, but when it just does this, that's a 5 damage is a lot. Yeah, it's a big thump, especially for decks like this that, let's say that Metronome ends up having kind of a slower draw and doesn't really get any of the big stuff out right away. Our deck does have the ability to kind of passively apply a lot of pressure to you. If we just put together like this plus a life gain source or, just ping, ping, ping a few of those times. We have the Zoff whatever land that does 4 like to finish them off. 5's a lot. And I don't think that Metronome has a ton of ways to gain life. All right, so this is Ardent Electromancer for 1, 2. It counts itself. And this Warrior, right, okay. And then Predation away our Shepherd, our Jerboa, or our Binding. Good turn. That was solid. I assume that Shepherd goes. I play Arena too. My draft videos for CFB are on Arena sometimes. Oh, it was Binding. All right, well, that's somewhat scary for us for sure, but definitely acceptable. I guess that you don't want to take creatures if I'm holding Blood Beckoning. That makes sense. Okay, so let's just play this in Jam. I'm going to give it to this because I'd prefer to block with the Outrider if it comes to that. And you know what? I think I just attack with both. I'm sitting here holding the Blood Beckoning like it's rotting in my hand. So let's just get some trades going. Down to 12. And it's your turn. I'm not going to fire it off here. I am going to get 2 creatures back with it. I'm waiting. Ideally, I just draw a land and play Shepherd. Like that's what I want to do. But I can wait for the Jerboa if I need to. Oh, a Shaya. Okay. So this is just huge. It's keyword huge. That's what this card does. And we don't have an answer for it right now. So yeah, this is tough. We're going to have to find one. I mean, it might end up being a race scenario. It's also just a ton of mana to spend. So yeah, not great for us. Feel like I just want to play Gloomhunter here. And then try to either get a few, like, then try to go like land into this. And then Jerboa land and try to just win in the air. Because if this starts attacking, then it opens up some good attacks for us cracking back as well. So this isn't really where I want to be, facing down a bomb with no removal. But the good news is it is just a bunch of power, toughness, and mana. I mean, it is not it's not like a Baneslayer Angel where we're just going to lose to it on the spot. But we are in a tough spot right now for sure. So our next draw, though, is, I mean, a land would actually be pretty good, which is kind of interesting. Tempted to just take this. I'm just going to take this. It doesn't trample, no. Right? Let me double check. Yeah, it's just forests. Yeah, this is going to be very close. This turn's really important. If Metronome has another big play to make this turn, then we're in serious trouble. Unless we just like rip a removal spell for a Shaya. If he doesn't and we get to kind of just play on, then we might be able to win a race or something. But this draw has it's close to being really good, but it just has missed just enough. And that really good turn with the Ardent Electromancer into Palaka Predation was really solid. Like, took away our removal spell, put out enough of a board so that we couldn't run them over. Okay. That's pretty good here too, because it just threatens to trade for these. Yeah, this is just excellent turns here from Metronome. All right, so we drew Feed the Swarm. So we actually do have an answer for a Shaya. And I think we just need to do it. It hurts. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go down to 8 like this, but I think it's what we need to do. They have exactly lethal out, so we can't send with everything, but I could definitely consider sending with more than one thing if I really want. I don't think that's the right play, though. I can get back an Outrider with Blood Beckoning. That would give me a guaranteed play next turn of play that, put it on the Gloomhunter, and gain some life back. Just don't know if I need to do that or if I can be patient here. Right now we're at 9 life. I can trade off like here, and then get a better Blood Beckoning. We still have Shepherd in our hand, which will be excellent at some point here, theoretically. Yeah, I guess I'll just wait. I think I can at least get some value by trading these off in combat. Bat does gain 1 true, so it's not actually a lethal crackback. It's also not a lethal attack, unfortunately, so it would be very, very, very risky for me to attack and then to have Metronome go, sure, take it, I'll kill you. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, looks like I'm going down to 1 here. And we draw another Blood Beckoning. That is not what we needed to see here. And we are Dobbs. Boy, never even got to cast the Shepherd. It's brutal. GG's. Metronome. All right, that worked. All right, let's see if we can't pick up a win. We need to pick up 2 out of the last 3 matches here. And this is totally fine. And we finally drew our bomb. Hey, the Seahorses, you're watching a battle between 2 different limited podcasts. So it's me, Luis, and Andrew Baekstrom, Team Resources, and we're playing against the team from Lords of Limited, which is Chord, MisterMetronome, and Tupperware, Lord Tupperware. All right, well, it looks like Chord's on a deck that's trying to race, and generally I'm actually really kind of happy to see that because we can gain so much life. But it is a little interesting here that we don't really have a ton of our life gain stuff going on. So yes, we did pick up double white for binding, which could be very strong here depending on how this goes. Should I block here? I don't think so. Double striking Blade Master. Oh, and we just drew Blood Beckoning. Okay, this is getting very real now. Now I wish I would have blocked. For sure. The question is, should I use Nahiri's Binding here and just jam for 5? Our hand says no. Because our hand says if we just grind them down, we can just win this game pretty easy. Like, there's even an argument for me just attacking with the Blight Priest into the Blade Master here. And just trying to race. The problem with that is that the Blade Master, if it gets equipped or whatever, can crack back for a heck of a lot. I wish I would have blocked. If I would have known this, I would have for sure blocked. Because just drawing out some combat trick or whatever seems great. All right, well, I'm just going to do what my hand says to do here and kind of play it a little safer. We've got a really good long game plan set up here, and I'm just going to lean on it a little bit. I'm not able to play any basketball. I've shot hoops like once or something. I'm super bummed about it. All right, I'll block here and trade for anything. Creature, combat trick, burn spell, anything. Yeah, I've gotten to shoot hoops twice since COVID, and it's just been like alone basically. Like no, I don't get to like run in a game or anything like that. My jumper was still there. I was actually kind of surprised and very pleasantly surprised about that. Oh man, now I draw this. What is going on here? All right, I think I'm just going to binding this and rumble. Not exciting. Yeah, play basketball over Zoom. I like that. Oh, man, I hate this card. Why do I have it in my deck? It's so bad. I'm just going to take it here. Hitting lands here would be very good. Trying to decide if I can attack with this Jerboa. I'm definitely attacking with the Gloom Hunter and kind of secretly hoping that they block. It represents a block here that forces a pump. No, it doesn't even, does it? Yeah, I'm just going to attack with the stupid thing. All right, I got the block I wanted here, and I think I'm going to fire off. So I have a couple of options. I could let this happen and then try to Blood Beckoning back and do that kind of stuff, but I don't think I want to. I think I'm just going to Subtle Strike here. Because this represents a good amount of life gain and damage coming in. And I think I will just end the turn here. I might just sack the Jerboa to the Relic Vial just to get a card out of the deal. All right, so getting very aggressive here, attacking me for 8. Looks like they're basically out of gas. Sure, let's sack this thing. Good, land's good. Binding, very good. Good. So I can Null Priest back the Marauding Blight Priest and give myself a 3-2 and a 2-1. That seems really good here. So let's do that, and I need to do it now. Because now I get an extra trigger off of this. I'm back up to 10. I've got some interesting blocks here at the least. Lagak me down to 9. I think if both come in, I just throw the priest at the banneret here and kind of force the issue. Yeah, Mouse is taking a lot for the team. Mouse might win MVP. I would expect probably just the Lagak to come in, but I'm not sure. Nope, both are coming in. All right, I'm going to throw this here and kind of force Chord to make a decision on whether to pump or not. With no pump, I take 3, but I get back get back one of them off of the drain, and then this means that this Null Priest is likely to be able to connect, and it has lifelink as well, so like it gets kind of gross. Okay, well this doesn't have trample or anything. So I can just live with a 1-for-1 there. I guess I assume a pump here too, just to get in for 1 extra damage, unless this card's really good. Okay, and then back down. See what that last card is. It's Nahiri's Binding. Okay. All right, well, this works out well for us because I've got Relic Vial, so the Gloom Hunter's good. Everything's good. It's all good. I'm not going to get back the Jerboa, so I can play this land. I want to cast Nahiri's Binding on the Banneret. I want to sacrifice the Gloom Hunter, and I also want a Blood Beckoning. So if I Blood Beckoning, I can get back these two and play the Priest, or I could Blood Beckoning, get them both back, and then Binding. That's the most mana efficient. And then I'll have to Relic Vial this away some other time. Binding here. I could take a decent chunk, though. Kind of interesting. I'm going to be at higher life total than I'm at now, though, so it does help. So could I take 9 here? It seems difficult, but possible. Oh, but you can gain 3. Well done. Wait, but why didn't you move the sword? Post-combat move the sword. Kind of interesting. All right, well, I can get in with the Null Priest again. I can go Jerboa, Blight Priest, land, and then still have 2 mana to sacrifice the Gloom Hunter at some point here. That seems strong. Not like the best of all time, but pretty strong. Okay, so I'll sacrifice the Gloom Hunter or something else that might die here. I'm going to chump block though, so I'll probably just chump block with Jerboa, because I don't want to lose to Royal Eruption. Man, I hate this Jerboa. God. I mean, it's done some things, but it's such a pain. All right, we got game number 1. Get out of here, slow Jerboa. Okay, so it looks like Smite the Monstrous is a no, but maybe Pressure Point or Practice Tactics is a card we could be interested in. We also could just jam like another Mucklord or whatever, just something, just a blocker, a creature. I wonder if we just want this. Like, it does 2 or 4 most of the time for us, I would say. Pressure Point also good against, you know, like it buys you a turn against equipment and stuff like that. I think I'm going to put Practice Tactics in. Yeah, Cat in the Hat, I'm definitely with you on my creature count being a little lower than I'd like it to be. It's definitely a consideration. But I think I'm right where I think I can just get away with what I've got going on here. So, all right, let's see if we can't win one of these next 2. All right, so 4 lands with a Tactics, a Farsight Adept, and a Zoff Consumption. I think I'm going to mulligan this, actually. This is effectively a 5-lander. The Zoff consumption so far down the line. This just doesn't do anything in the early game, and I could get ran over too easily. So I'm going to ship that one back. And I'll keep this one. This is a pretty bad hand too, though. Ooh, that's nice. That's very, very nice. That is the one that we want. Did you win, Luis? Nice job. I wonder if I'm supposed to play the Gloom Hunter first and then go Cleric and hit you. I don't actually know the answer to that. Because then I could have a 3/3 here. And now they actually ended up playing a 2/3, so I don't even get an attack here necessarily. Well, it's probably important just to get this rolling, even if that was a mistake. Land would be good, but this is fine too. But if they don't have removal for either of these and we get to go land into Outrider, like, that's pretty dang good. We hit for 3. That's a big hit too. That's a good curve from Chord. Lando, nice. I could also feed and Mesa Links. I don't know if that's better. I feel like the Outrider trading off for one of these is fine, though. And we're going to be back up to 100? I guess just 15. But I can block here, and then this shrinks back down. And then leverage our removal. Basically, this is going to come down to, like, if Chord has a big play this turn that applies serious pressure or has a removal spell, then we have a real game here. If all that happens is we take 6 and I trade off here and there's nothing, like, significant added to the board, then we're in, like, very good shape. It's just kind of a fragile scenario we have here because we have removal, but we you know, our the way that we attack and get going in this game isn't actually particularly robust. Probably better not to, Zlubars. That's stuff that I can talk to Luis and Baekstrom about. But I think it's better if chat doesn't. All right, Tazim Raptor is just fine here. And the fact that we're not taking any damage this turn is massive. So I think I just feed the Raptor and then get in with the Gloom Hunter and trigger the Cleric again, and then I can just play Mesa Links. Because if I get to keep hitting with this, then the Cleric is just going to outclass the ground pretty soon anyway. Chord has a Baneslayer. Good to know. Chord has Avacyn. Maybe I should have made that attack. Oh no, they don't have double white. Okay, so this attack's coming in now. All right, I'm just going to block here. A little bit Mikey. And a Lagak. Ooh, that's nice. So that'll actually let me attack with the cleric itself if I'd like, and I think I would like. I think I would. I could leave it back. What does my blockers look like? A 3-2 and a 2-1 versus these? It's a lot of damage, though, to give up. Yeah, screw it. I'm in. I'm getting a life point back here, too. Fireblade Charger ain't it. Oh, I lied. It is actually a warrior, so that's pretty good. And then Scavenge Blade too. All right. That's a good turn. A little double spell. And that gives this haste as well. Which means I basically have to let this through. But I have a good double block here or a single block here if I want. But I'm just going to take this because I want to keep these things rolling. All right, now I've got Deadly Alliance. So unfortunately, it's still not quite where I need to be. Actually, now that I say that, I could Deadly Alliance to Lagak. And then that leaves only 4 power, and I could attack with this, this, and this. I don't know how aggressive I'm supposed to be here. I'm not actually I'm only gaining 1. I'd go to 9. I'd be attacking, though, for 5, 8, 9, so not quite lethal. But I'm getting rid of a key blocker and really leaving my opponent with not a whole lot. They would have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power against 9. And I would have 1 blocker back. Not really in love with that scenario. So I could attack with the cleric here, but if they triple block, then what happens? Then I lose my cleric. That's not good. I don't want to do that. I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to get aggressive here. I think I'm just going to jam. I still have a blocker back as well. This is probably a little too much. But I'm just going with it. I don't love the idea of sitting here and taking hits from the Fireblade Charger when I'm only getting in for 1. Like, if I don't do this, I can kill something and maybe entice like a mistake from Chord. But from what I've seen, Chord's just going to attack us for 3. I take it. I go down to 6. I'm only attacking in for 1 in that scenario. I don't know. This is probably too aggressive. Yeah, that was too aggressive. I didn't actually realize that would leave me dead. Why didn't I see that? GG. Smite, given the equipment? I feel like I do want Smite. It also kills the warrior. I don't know what I want to cut, though. What did I bring in? I brought in practice tactics. I'll kill that. Yeah, that was too aggressive. I punted because I thought that I would be above the power on the board, but I wasn't. This looks like a keep. Not in love with it, but it's a keep. Yeah, the Lynx is okay, I think. I don't think it's great or anything. I mean, I don't really want it in my deck, but I think it's okay. Lando? Uh-oh. I'm going to kill this. We need to find lands in the next couple of turns here. There we go. Which one do I want? I want this one. And then I can give it protection, or give it indestructible next turn. Resolves. I think I'm just going to go for the Outrider here. This is not a warrior, so this thing is going to be small still, and this Tazim guy doesn't do it either. So this all works out. I'm jamming. This is a lot of damage. A lot of times these red-white decks have a really hard time playing defense, and if you can just slam on them, they can really have a difficult time. We also have some cool stuff here with Relic Vial plus the Protector to to start draining. Okay. And you're going to attack. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Go back up to 13. We draw Gloom Hunter. Yeah, I like that. So let's play this and get in. And then I'll just play the Gloom Hunter. Now a removal spell does really well for us. There's a lot of things that do well. Should I block here? Suppose not. Shepherd's nice. I will windmill this. We gain 4 here. And just get the jam. I love it. I played it first to make sure that I get all my life gained off of that. Oh yeah, we're going upstairs. We've been applying significant pressure for most of this game, just because we had a weird curve for our deck where we had 2 Kabira Outriders, and we got there. All right. Sick. Woohoo! Team Resources wins. We did it.